RPG fans have a lot to celebrate in 2024, with a flood of releases scheduled for the rest of the year. From DLCs of acclaimed games to innovative new franchises, the diversity of titles to be released is very good. So in today's video, I bring you 10 RPGs that are going to be a hit in 2024.
To a lucky few.
Final Fantasy XIV, one of Square Enix's biggest successes, will soon receive a new content expansion under the name Dawntrail, which promises to add several novelties. Overall, Dawntrail will include a completely new story, 2 new playable jobs, Pictomancer and Viper, a variety of new dungeons and challenging encounters, an increase in the level cap to 100, and much more. Additionally, pre-order owners will receive bonuses with the Final Fantasy IX theme. There is a theory in this story that this may be a hint of a future remake of the game. HoYoverse, the creator of games like Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, will release its new RPG titled Zenless Zone Zero. In the universe of this new game, civilization has succumbed to a catastrophe called the Black Sphere. It will be up to players to combat monsters from another dimension and unravel the mysteries of the Black Sphere. The player will assemble a team of 3 fighters and engage in dynamic battles full of impressive combos. The game's story takes place in Nova Eridu, the last remaining city in a post-apocalyptic world. If you enjoy action games with dynamic and fluid movements, the new game from HoYoverse is a title to keep an eye on. Demonschool is a tactical game inspired by the Persona and Shin Megami Tensei series, as well as Italian horror films. In the game, we follow Faye, the last descendant of a lineage of demon hunters. Moving to a university island, she ends up having to deal with supernatural circumstances with the help of new allies. One of the most interesting elements of the game is its tactical combat system that uses movement momentum as a combat action. It is up to the player to organize well to plan the actions of the entire team, keeping in mind to make the most of all allies' abilities in the fight against supernatural creatures. Amazon Games announced that the highly anticipated free MMO Throne and Liberty will be released in North and South America, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and Japan on September 17th this year. The game, developed by NCSoft, will be available for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series, with full support for cross-platform play. The developers originally conceived the title as a direct sequel to the classic lineage, but it evolved into an independent proposal after an extensive development period in Korea. Throne and Liberty offers player versus player, PvP, and player versus environment, PvE combat modes. This allows players to join battles that can involve thousands of participants simultaneously.
Open-world combat and conquest battles for territory. Gather your guild. Prepare for battle and claim the throne.
Gestalt. Steam and Cinder, a game developed by the independent studio Metamorphosis Games, will arrive on the Steam platform on July 16th. Previously scheduled for May 21st, the game experienced production delays. The game, which follows the action RPG and Metroidvania style with an emphasis on combat, has a steampunk theme. Inspired by classic 16 and 32-bit games, Gestalt Steam and Cinder features executive production by Jesse Cox and Dodger, American game influencers. In the game, we take control of Alethea, an elite mercenary from Steam City in Canaan, uncovering lost secrets in an exciting and unpredictable journey. Dungeons of Hinterberg is an action-adventure RPG, focusing on exploration and some social aspects, developed by Microbird Games and published by Curve Games. In it, we are invited to spend our holidays in a beautiful village in the Austrian Alps, known for its affectionate population, wonderful views, tasty hot chocolate, and caves full of monsters and treasures. Seriously. The plot of Dungeons of Hinterberg follows Louisa, an intern who, tired of this peon life, decides to take a well-deserved vacation. And what better way to get lost and find than to go to the Alps in search of adventure and glory? That, and much more, she finds in the mountains and in the city of Hinterberg, besides a lot of friendship, of course. From the same developers of Ashen, a cooperative-focused Souls-like, Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn is being called a Souls-light by A44 Games and will be released on July 18th for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series. The game tells the story of Nor, a special soldier in the Alliance army fighting against evil forces that emerged with the opening of a door leading to the underworld, in a battle for the future of humanity. Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn focuses on gameplay, as a good Souls-like, actually Souls-light, should be. Do not expect anything in the style of From Software or even Lies of P and Lords of the Fallen. The proposal of the action RPG from A44 Games is different. Cat Quest III promises to be the perfect light cooperative experience when the game is released on International Cat Day August 8th for PC via Steam, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series, as well as older models PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. The new adventure revolves around the North Star, a legend that promises to grant wishes to those who can reach it. Guided by Captain Chapolino, our heroes face pirates and challenges in the Pataribe Sea. With an uncompromising script, light gameplay, and the promise of adventure, Cat Quest III is a mini-action RPG. Black Myth: Wukong is an action RPG developed by the Chinese studio Gamesaiolia, with stunning visuals and challenging combat with Souls-like elements. The game is based on a 16th century mythological novel, bringing mystical figures to life in a unique way. But don't be fooled by the trailers, because the game is far from being a simple Souls-like game. Although Black Myth: Wukong uses elements from the well-known From Software formula, the combat dynamics flow like action games focused on the character, in the style of Elden Ring. Instead of heavy and slow rolls to dodge, Wukong agilely dodges sword cuts and thrown arrows, and can even generate a slow motion effect when dodging at the right time, allowing for additional damage. Visions of Mana is the first new game in the franchise to arrive on consoles since 2008, with Heroes of Mana for the Nintendo DS. In the story, players need to lead the protagonists Val and Hinna to the Mana Tree, as this is the only way to rejuvenate the flow of mana power to keep the world safe. The game will feature a semi-open world with virtually no transitions, along with dynamic and multi-dimensional action in battles, where players control a group of up to 3 characters. There will also be the possibility to change the classes of each character.
May you safely reach your journey's end. Come on, don't give up.
So many alms have given their souls to the Mana Tree. Their strong hearts created a better tomorrow. To protect the next generation, we will protect the Mana Tree. We will protect the entire world.
As a bonus, I bring you Persona 3 Reload episode Aegis, this DLC that serves as the epilogue to Persona 3 Reload, which, like the main game, has been fine-tuned with various improvements. The episode is considered the final episode of Persona 3. The characters find themselves trapped in a loop, forcing Aegis to enter the time abyss to find out what happened. This was the list. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time.